Good morning. Happy Monday. This is the 25th day of October. This is the 21st episode of season 2 of the Be Your Own Hero show. HERO is an acronym. It means helping everyone reaps optimism. In other words, helping others helps you. It's a reciprocal action. I'm your host. I'm Sekouwrites. I am a professional creative, motivational speaker, and the founder of the HERO Ministry, which is my effort to inspire and uplift the unhoused. All right, so quick disclaimer. I am not a certified personal trainer, nor am I a licensed financial advisor, so you do your own homework, do your own research. And also shout out to the New Thought Media Network for allowing me the space and opportunity to be here and talk about my journey of becoming my own hero. Okay, so I'm going to jump right into it. I got a lot of ground to cover, so I'm going to move fast. So first, let's do the HERO Ministry news. So today is, well, actually, let me say what's up to the heroes in the chat. Who we got in the chat? What's up, Gladys? Hey, man. Hey, Tim. Tim's killing me with these cups of coffee. All right, let me not get distracted. I said I had a lot to say. Okay, so HERO Ministry news. Today is day 147/45. I've been running 147 days in a row since the first day of June. I've been running a 5K for the last 45 days in a row. That said, the backpack drops have struck a nerve. I don't remember how much I've said about the backpack drops here, but I have been running with a backpack of late, and I've been putting whatever I can into the backpack as I run, and I've been donating those items hand to hand as I see people who need them. So that's been very fulfilling for me. It's added another layer to the HERO charity run. And also it's been really fulfilling for people out there. One of my neighbors has volunteered toilet paper. That was a request from one of the unhoused people I spoke with recently. And Dr. Reese, I'm not even sure what city Dr. Reese is in now, but she ordered the feminine hygiene products from my Amazon wish list, which was another request that I got from one of the members of the unhoused. So people are getting really involved, and I'm getting ahead of myself here, but someone from my mom's church, First Baptist Church, Capitol Hill, interviewed me last night, and she also asked about the Amazon wish list. So I think that is going to go in the Torch, which is the community newsletter for the church. So anyway, the backpack drops have really struck a nerve. If you're interested, go to Amazon and just look for my Amazon wish list. I hid all the others, so there's only one showing now. Or even better, just go to sekouwrites.com. I put everything together last night. So if you go to sekouwrites.com and you click HERO Charity Run, everything's there. Okay, so there's that. Reminder that my goal for the HERO Charity Run is 500 miles run at least and $5,000 raised at least. My new deadline is December 4th. That feels very soon. So I'm going to need your help in terms of sharing the information. So whatever information has resonated with you about the HERO Charity Run, please share it, because I want to hit those goals. So I'm going to do what I need to do to hit the 500, but help me out on reaching the 5,000. Okay, that said, you might have noticed my outfit has changed. I got an email from my mom saying it's winter now. You got to change the look. So I'm changing it up a little bit. I even wore my doing shirt today. Haven't worn that in a while. So that's that. Let me know what you think. Or let me know if you like my now signature look of black and white. Okay, living life in joy. That's Rev Melissa's Sunday show. We've had some technical difficulties there, so I just wanted to ping that really quickly. Yes, it was supposed to be Ramona Curtis, the founder of Unhoused St. Louis, on Sunday, but something happened, and we ended up showing a previous SIP instead of Ramona Curtis's episode. So sorry, Ramona. We're going to get it together. And she's been very patient with us, by the way. And that'll air soon. Also, separate but related, today for SIP, it's not SIP. Today's SIP is an episode of Living Life in Joy, a special episode. So, special edition of Living Life in Joy today at 10:30 in the same place and time that SIP with Rev Melissa would be at 10:30 Eastern. So, stay tuned for that. Should be very interesting. And I just wanted to make sure everyone's aware. Okay, what else? So this weekend, just a sidebar, I experienced a sound bath. So if you have not experienced a sound bath yet, I highly recommend it. One of my clients started doing sound baths recently. So just to explain, it's not a bath, which is what I thought originally. It's not a bath. It is an acoustic meditation. That's the best way I can describe it. An acoustic meditation. So she plays these bowls. They're called singing bowls, big white bowls, and she has these little instruments that she uses to quote unquote play them. And then there's also a gong and chimes and kind of like a tambourine, but not quite a tambourine. There's all these different instruments that she plays. And it's very immersive. Like when you see it online, to me, it looks pretty, but it's not very impactful. In person, it is immersive. So, matter of fact, I asked her where the speakers were because I could hear the sound coming from everywhere. And I was like, where did you hide the speakers for these bowls? There are no speakers. It's just the way they resonate. And someone else at the event had the same response, asking where the speakers were. Anyway, if you get a chance to have a sound bowl session, I highly recommend it. The person who does it here, the person I'm talking about is Wasita Francois. You can follow her at Wasita on Instagram. Okay, that's all the Hero Ministry news. Let's get into the show. So let me know if we're still talking about money. We haven't talked about money in a while. So let me know if we're still interested in talking about money, because I'm here to be of service. If we still talk about money, great, we still talk about money. And if not, we can shift. That said, I got some things I want to say about money really quick. So this is very important. The first thing I want to say about money is we are ahead of the curve. What? I was talking to a friend of mine recently who's been in the stock market for years. And so once I realized that she's been in the stock market for years, because that's not a conversation we'd ever had before, I started using jargon. I was like, oh, okay. So she's been in it for years. I started using jargon. And she kept stopping me and said, wait, what does that mean? What does that mean? And I was like, oh, shoot. So the things that have become familiar to me, and I hope familiar to you, were unfamiliar to her. So for example, DRIP, she didn't know what DRIP was. So just a reminder, DRIP is Dividend Reinvestment Plan. It's a very cool acronym for Dividend Reinvestment Plan. And all it means is that when you have DRIP on, and you have to turn it on, it is not automatic. When you have it on, whatever brokerage house you're on will automatically reinvest the dividends from your dividend paying stocks back into the stock to buy fractional shares every time there's a dividend payout. That's number one. She also wasn't familiar with the ex-dividend date. So just a reminder for you, the ex-dividend date is the date after which you can collect your dividends. So there's usually a gap between the ex-dividend date and the pay date of a couple weeks, maybe a month. So all you have to do is hold your dividend paying stock after or through the ex-dividend date. Then after that, you're definitely going to get the dividend, even if you close your position on that stock. So she wasn't familiar with that either. So imagine being in the stock market for years and not getting the dividend reinvestment because you didn't know about DRIP. So I say all that to say, we're ahead of the curve. We're learning fast. So be encouraged. If you haven't gotten off the porch yet, get off the porch. Open a brokerage account. Again, it does not require a minimum investment. You should open two. You should open one that has DRIP and another one that has fractional shares. That's my recommendation. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just saying that's what I would do if I had to do it all over again. You want DRIP and you want to be able to buy fractional shares so that you can not have to wait until you save up enough money to buy a share. And just a quick reminder, fractional shares is just what it sounds like. You don't have to buy a whole share. So if you want to buy a share of building A, company A, and it costs $10,000, you don't need $10,000. You can just put $10 on it, or $1, as little as $1 to buy a fractional share. Okay, so all that said, get off the porch. And here's another thing I learned about money that was very interesting to me about the stock market. So the stock price is not based on the health of the company. I thought about this because when my mom and I discovered AT&T stock, we were both like, $20. Like, how's a company that big selling stock that's only $20? It has nothing to do with the health of the company. I just learned this recently. So let me explain. So let's say company A has a market cap of $10. By the way, sidebar, market cap is just basically the net worth of a company, more or less. So let's say company A has a market cap of $10. and they issue 10 shares of stock, then automatically each share of stock is worth $1 because 10 by 1 is 10 shares of stock by $1 equals $10 market cap, right? But then if they decide they want to issue 20 shares of stock, then the stock is going to be 50 cents each. So that's all it has to do with. All it has to do with is how many shares of stock they decided to issue. It's got nothing to do with the health of the company. It's basically them deciding how much money they want to raise. So they calculate how much money they want to raise, and then from that they decide how many shares of stock they're going to issue, and they issue the stock. So I say all that to say, don't look at a stock and say, oh, it's only $10, the company must be in trouble. Oh, it's only $20, the company must be in trouble. It's got nothing to do with it. AT&T is a huge company, and again, they have a very inexpensive stock. It's like $27, I think, right now, and they have a very good dividend, a very good dividend. So if you get AT&T, make sure you get it on a platform that allows drip. So you want to get that dividend reinvestment, and that pay date is coming up. Their dividend date is coming up end of year because they pay quarterly. So anyway, that's something important for you to know. Okay, so all that said, I mentioned this earlier in the show, and I'm just going to circle back to it. I was interviewed yesterday by someone from my mom's church. Shout out to Reverend Darby. We've been kind of talking about this emailing, texting about it for a minute, and it happened yesterday. I thought it was interesting that it happened yesterday because also this weekend, an interview that I did months ago when I was in Nashville dropped. So it was an interview kind of weekend for me. That interview is actually going to be on TV, which I had no idea about. It's going to be on like local networks in Brooklyn. I'm not even sure exactly when or where, but she also posted it on her YouTube page. So I posted the link to her YouTube page yesterday on my Facebook page. Say that 5 times fast. Anyway, basically just go to my social media and you'll be able to watch the interview, her interview of me when I was in Nashville. And then Reverend Darby interviewed me yesterday for First Baptist Church, Capitol Hill. And if you've been following this journey, you know that I started my interaction with the unhoused community at First Baptist Church a little over a year ago. No, it was longer ago than that. It was 2019. It was 2019. End of 2019, early 2020. Yeah. But it's been exactly a year since I started what was then known as Hero Hoodies. Last October is when I started Hero Hoodies, and now it's the Hero Ministry and has become so much bigger. Anyway, I just wanted to say really quickly before I run out of time, I just want to say this really quickly. She asked me where my unction comes from, which is one of those old words that you don't hear often, right? What's my unction? And I don't really know. So I told her that what I've said to you, that I get my downloads when I run and I do my morning practice and all that. But I don't really think that's it. What I woke up with today is I've always been an ideas person ever since I can remember. Even as a kid, I've always been big on ideas. I think what's different in these past couple of years is my ideas have been for serving others as opposed to for serving myself. I think that's what the difference has been, because the fount of ideas has always been flowing, but these ideas have landed in a different way with me and with the people around me, such that people have preached sermons about me, which I still can't get over. Reverend Darby has preached about me. Reverend Melissa has preached about me. I've seen my Hero Hoodies worn in the pulpit. Like it's a whole thing. It's a very surreal experience. So I think that's what made the difference, that I'm giving ideas and activating ideas in service to others. Okay, so that's my time. Stay tuned for prayer time, and then stay tuned for the special edition of Living Life in Joy at 10:30. Till then, keep doing, be a hero, be your own hero, and remember that now is better than perfect. Later.